Aloha, I'm Rob Parsons. I'm here from Maui today. I'm on the UH Manoa campus across from the East-West Center, and I'm privileged to be here with Kasha Ho, who's a Hawaiian native, and she's here from California, where she works with Rainforest Action Network. Can you tell us why you're here today, the relevance of being here?
Sure. We're here today because across the street at the East-West Center, the Major Economies meeting is happening. It's not open to us. It's not open to the public. And I'm here representing Rainforest Action Network, partly because here in Hawaii, Hawaiian Electric Company is trying to build 2 mega biodiesel refineries, some of the largest in the world. And they want to source palm oil from Malaysia and Indonesia to fuel these supposedly renewable alternative energy generators. And we're here because Rainforest Action Network has an international campaign highlighting what's happening with palm oil plantations around the world, that they're actually releasing more greenhouse gases than petroleum, 10 times more greenhouse gases than petroleum, and they're displacing indigenous people, they're displacing local farmers, they're polluting the water systems with the toxic chemicals that are put on those plantations, and it's just not a good solution.
It's a mess, isn't it, in Southeast Asia?
Mess.
Now, Rainforest Action Network is one of probably dozens of international groups and organizations that are bringing awareness to the loss and slash and burn of these precious rainforest habitats in this area, also in
But I guess the part that I find really, really egregious is the importation of palm oil. Because I know at the legislature it was going to be, we're importing palm oil, no, we're not importing palm oil, we're doing soybeans, no, we're not doing soybeans, we're doing this, no, we're doing that. And it just seemed like, you know, total obfuscation. So I don't really understand what this is about, except that they're talking about displacing indigenous people in Indonesia. And I say that because I guess it was in the late 90s, I met someone who made a huge impact on my life. And his name was Chief Dengit. And he was the head of the Bentian people in Borneo. And these are forest people. They've lived in the forest, a subsistence existence for, you know, since time immemorial. And he said to me through an interpreter, they're moving us, the army is moving us back into the forest to land we don't know. I did not really know what he was talking about. As this whole discussion of palm oil came up, I realized that what Chief Dingit was actually saying was that the Indonesian military were moving indigenous people off their land so they could clear the land to grow palm oil.
Yes.
When I am out in the Aina, and especially in areas where we restore the land once again to heal the land, we start off with an oli. And the oli gives respect to our kapuna, our ancestors of the past. It also acknowledges the life forms that exist. It tells us that the life forms, whether they're animate or inanimate, have forces within them, the forces of mana, the spiritual forces. And it is these spiritual forces in which indigenous peoples have a very close relationship for thousands of years. And when Al Gore in his video said that global warming is no longer an environmental issue or political issue, it's a moral issue, it's a spiritual issue. And this is what indigenous peoples and faith groups have been saying for thousands of years. And I think we need to listen to them, and we need to change our behavior in such a way that it conforms with all of Earth and not just with human
creation. You are here to help determine the future. The future's our youth, and the youth here we are speaking for. So have aloha, try to immediate approaches because the world is heating up and you are part of that problem.
That's
And
what
you
the
can be
sign
part
came
of the
up.
solution.